Demonstrators were arrested at the rotunda of the Capitol, and have free phone applications been recording your screen? We'll have more on Panther Report News.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Panther Report News. I'm Michaela Newton.
And I'm Kevin Sanchez.
Over a dozen arrests were made at the Georgia State Capitol Tuesday for a protest during a special session. The demonstration, organized by Black Lives Matter, filled the rotunda to demand that every vote is counted in the Georgia midterm election. Among those arrested was State Senator Nikema Williams, who was in the session. Williams was charged with obstruction, while the other 14 protesters were charged with disrupting the General Assembly. We spoke to Representative David Dreyer just moments after the arrests. He says the arrests were wrong.
In the chambers, we couldn't hear it. There was no problem with what they were doing. They arrested, we think, 15, 16 people, including a state senator who has to be in this building to cast votes, okay? And they took her away, and I think it's absolutely wrong. I think it's almost an authoritarian policy, and especially when there is an election, when democracy and the rule of law are at issue like they are today, this is when we need people to come together and protest and do this sort of thing.
We move on to the latest developments in our ongoing gubernatorial race.
Why we came to the Capitol to stand with the real public servants of this state, fighting for Republicans, Democrats, Independents, and those who live in our state, is to literally show you the painstaking work that has occurred, and why I do not believe any number coming out of the Secretary of State's office.
State and Abrams campaign representatives held a press conference Tuesday to discuss the status of provisional ballots across Georgia. Abrams needs an additional 17,759 votes to start a runoff. For a recount, Abrams would need 15,445 votes. Campaign manager Lauren Grawargo says counties are still discovering more votes. Senator Nikema Williams also spoke out at the conference about her arrest, and she's not backing down. Take a look.
While I do regret that Capitol Police made the decision that I think was unlawful to arrest me, I don't regret standing with my constituents. I don't regret standing up for what I know was fair, just, and right. I will never stand down from doing the right thing. My constituents sent me here to be their voice, and if they ever need someone standing next to them to make sure that their voices are elevated, I'm going to be right there.
The Abrams campaign also revealed the experience one Emory University student faced when she showed up at the polls.
One of the folks we've talked to is a 21-year-old Emory student who was born in New York who showed up to vote, and she was told she was not a citizen. So we're denying college students the right to vote under the fake specter of voter fraud. All of these actions are well documented to be suppressive of the vote. He has been the Secretary of Suppression, and it came to a closing pinnacle where tens of thousands of Georgians are forced to vote absentee when all of this could have been prepared for.
The race is also getting closer, and Stacey Abrams filed a lawsuit for provisional ballots. It is clear that this race will not be over until every vote is counted. Reporter Tyrik Wynn has the latest on the lawsuit.
It may be cold outside, but the race for Georgia's next governor is hot. Panther Report News obtained a copy of the lawsuit the Stacey Abrams campaign filed just a few days ago, and the judge did make a ruling, and they did come out victorious. Now, every absentee ballot and provisional ballot must be counted. Still no word yet on when we will find out a decision on who will be the next governor, but we will continue to keep you updated. I'm Tyrik Wynn for Panther Report News.
SGA President Franklin Patterson signed his very first legislative veto in consolidated history. Here's what he had to say.
So the main reason for the bill being vetoed was it had a mistake within it, which instead of setting the hours for the Speaker Pro Tem to 2 hours, it set it to 4 hours instead. Also, it would have taken place immediately following next semester, which isn't right, changing the position of somebody who's already within SGA while they're holding the position. If anything, it should have been set for next year for the next incoming Speaker Pro Tem.
A new study shows that free phone applications may be screen recording your activity. Reporter Ashton Gates tells us who may be affected and why.
When using an app on our phone, we expect our private information to stay private, right? Well, a new study that was recently conducted has shown that many of the free apps we're using on our very own devices are screen recording and saving our activity. The study conducted by Northwestern University has proven that multiple apps access private information whenever they please, and they don't even have to ask for permission.
I feel like they kind of already do, so no, I don't feel offended if they do that.
Consumers are more susceptible to having their information compromised while using a free app.
If you're referring to as far as privacy ads, collecting a profile about you, I'd say pretty much all free ads would, collect that kind of information because they have to.
Apps ranging from Twitter, Snapchat, or any free game can record your activity. Even picture editing apps can store all of your photos even if you've deleted them from your device. Vrozik believes this is the price you pay when using an app.
If you choose to make a Facebook account, you choose to be a public figure. If you choose to be a Twitter, Instagram, whatever it is, if you put yourself out there, then there's going to be a gray area where it can be accessed to by anybody.
Though it is unclear why these apps are storing so much of our data, Goodwin doesn't believe it is a smart idea.
I don't think it should be used in a production app. I think that's probably not a good idea just because of, privacy implications, and especially if it's an app that could contain like protected personal health information or any kind of personal information that would be sent out and recorded somewhere and saved.
So you might want to be a little bit more skeptical the next time you want to download a free app to your phone. From Solution Built Inc., this is Ashton Gates for Panther Report News.
Reports say voter turnout for youth in Georgia has increased by 5 times compared to previous midterm elections. Reporter Kelsey Perkins has the details.
More than 6.9 million people were registered in the state of Georgia to vote in this year's midterm elections. The people who voted, the ages between 18 through 29, increased Georgia's early voting rate by 5 times the rate compared in the 2014 midterm elections. I discussed with Georgia State students about the political change and drastic impact that they received after receiving this iconic sticker.
A lot of people complain a lot in this world, so I feel like by them voting, maybe someone will hear us and maybe our opinion may matter.
This midterm election race was centralized mainly on Georgia's Republican Secretary of State, Brian Kemp, and Democrat Stacey Abrams, who's looking to make history by being the first ever African-American female governor. The primary purpose of early voting is to expand participation and decrease congestion on Election Day, in which young people took advantage of.
I think it's crucial for everybody to participate in elections. It's like the baseline of civic duty, and I think local elections often have a greater direct impact on communities because the politicians and the laws are centralized in their communities rather than the entire country.
I spoke with Professor John Hendry about the importance and impact on this midterm election.
First, we have the governor's race, right? I mean, the governor's the most important, executive level politician in the state, and seeing Stacey Abrams, right, seeing a woman of color get so close to the governor's mansion, especially in a state like Georgia with the history of voter suppression and civil rights issues that we have, that I think is very, very important. On the one hand, I think it's important that people vote in every election, right? But this one I think is particularly important because this election and the next 5 to 10 elections that happen over the next 10 or 15 years are really going to have profound impacts on the lives of young people as they, reach their 30s and 40s. So I think that getting involved in politics now is so crucial because we have so many long-term problems that we need to address.
If registered voters get the chance to vote once again, the power of Georgia's next governor lies in their hands. From the GSTV office, I'm Kelsey Perkins for Panther Report News.
If this becomes even more unbearable when I think about all the people who have died from white supremacy.
Students held a vigil for victims of gun violence at Unity Plaza late Thursday. Many honored the lives with a moment of silence. Others also shared their own experiences with gun violence. Thanksgiving is next week and I am so excited. Now, Kevin, what are you thankful for?
As always, family and friends, but also the team that we have here at GSTV. But we'd also like to say thank you to our viewers. We always appreciate all your support.
Absolutely. Let's check in on our reporter, Kara Nelson, who asked students what they are thankful for in a segment we would like to call Kara Cares.
Not only is it the season of fall, but it's also the season of giving. With Thanksgiving being next Thursday, I'm asking Georgia State students what they are thankful for this year. So Georgia State junior Daniel Green is going to tell us what he's thankful for.
I'm thankful for my mom. I'm thankful for my grades, being able, time management. Oh goodness, I'm thankful for my friends, keeping me on track.
Mostly my friends, because they are like really loving and supportive of me. They allow me to, be my true self.
The friends that I've met here over the past 2 years, because they're a very diverse group of people.
I'm thankful for my friends.
Friends who are in my life right now. My friends.
Family and friends.
I'm thankful to have a week off.
My family, my friends.
Amazing friends and family, generally speaking, that builds a support system.
My dad and my sisters and my mom.
I'm thankful for being alive.
Yeah, being alive, honestly.
So now I'm here with another Georgia State junior, Mr. Shaquille Mayala. Tell me what you're thankful for this year.
I'm just thankful for my friends, my family, the achievements I've achieved this year, just making it this far in life, basically.
I'm thankful for my friends, my cat, and sweet potato casserole.
Thankful for my mother.
God and my family. And I'm thankful for Thanksgiving because I cannot wait to rub down on some food.
For this break in school, I get to see some more friends, some more family that I haven't seen since the summer, really.
My professors, honestly. This semester I've had a rough semester, and my professors have been very understanding.
My education and my dog.
To be in college and just to enjoy life, happiness, nourishment, prosperity.
Whether it's for family, friends, or good health, everybody has something to be thankful for. I'm Kara Nelson from Panther Report News. Happy Thanksgiving.
With the holidays right around the corner, our team here at Panther Report News would like to present our first annual toy drive. We'll be collecting brand new toys for children at local homeless shelters. The donation boxes will be provided in Student Center East by the information desk, or you can stop by our office in Student Center West at room 251. The drive will run from November 26th and December 7th.
It's been raining a lot, but we hear that if you decide to stay on campus during the break, you can expect some sun.
Let's check in with Shay Fasson on our weather report. Shay?
Last week we received heavy showers. This week is going to be humid, full of stuffing and pie. On Monday, the weather forecast will be the high of 62 with the low of 40. And on Tuesday, it's going to be the high of 57 with the low of 37. Wednesday will be the high of 56 with the low of 38. Thursday will be the high of 56 with the low of 42. And on Friday will be the high of 57 with the low of 45. Shay Fasson, Panther Report News.
Make sure you stay connected with Panther Report News throughout the week. One way that you can keep up with the latest on news and entertainment is by following us on social media at GSU PRN.
Also, subscribe down below and let us know what you think in the comments.
I'm Michaela Newton.
And I'm Kevin Sanchez. Have a great Thanksgiving, everyone.